Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamal from Fantasy Life, and hopefully you don't hear my dog that is making a crap ton of noise playing with his chew toy. And let's get into this video. Basically, I am going to show you the best class setup for amped hardpoint. If you want to do good in amped hardpoint, use this particular setup and you will do good every single time. You also have to play amped hardpoint a certain way in order to do good, but this is definitely going to cater to that particular gameplay. Now, first up, we are going to get into the pilot. Now, in terms of the pilot, you want to use cloak, because when you're taking a particular hard point and when you're amping a particular hard point, if you make yourself invisible, when a pilot goes in there to scan the area so that they can take that hard point, they will not see you, and or it'll be harder for them to see you, and then you'll be able to take them out as they're walking in. Or you can be going in to take a particular hard point, and this would make it a little bit more difficult for them to see you. Next up, I highly recommend getting the satchel. Now, the satchel is a remote detonated bomb in which you can throw two of them and detonate both of them. What I would highly recommend, especially when you're taking like the B hardpoint typically has about two main areas of entry. You throw one satchel on each area, and if a pilot's running in there or a Titan is running in there, you detonate it and blow it up. Now, this does do a decent amount of damage to Titans. In terms of the primary weapon, I recommend an assault rifle. You can use a light machine gun if you feel comfortable with the light machine gun, but I recommend the assault rifle only because it allows for a bit more mobility than the light machine gun, but you can also use a light machine gun. If you are going to use an assault rifle, I primarily recommend one that's a full automatic. So the V47 flatline or the R201 carbine would probably be the best bets in this particular game mode. Of course, get the extra ammo, and if you do have the secondary section unlocked, get the gun ready perk so you can quickly snap up and start shooting. Scope is always good, particularly an enhanced scope, but whichever you fancy. Get an anti-Titan weapon, only because amp hardpoints do have Titans in it, and you will have to face off against a Titan when trying to amp certain hardpoints, particularly B, because A and C are typically in an enclosed areas where Titans usually can't get to, so those are the times you just mostly have to worry about pilots. But in terms of the B hard point, most of the time that's in an open area where a Titan can get to. So if you're trying to amp B, you're going to need an anti-Titan weapon, so I highly recommend doing that. Now, in terms of these perks, battery cell, something I would highly recommend, only because it'll allow you to cloak more often than not, and this is going to be very vital when you're amping or taking a particular hardpoint. Low profile, again, this particular class is about stealth, so the low profile will just help you be that much more stealthier. I do recommend getting the low profile, and of course the execution is whichever you fancy. Me, I want to punch two people. I want to punch them in the kidney. That's what I want to do. I want to end their life by punching them in the kidney. So that's just me. Now, in terms of the Titan for this particular game mode, you can pretty much use whichever Titan you want. I particularly fancy Scorch, but that's just my favorite Titan. You can use whichever Titan you want in this particular game mode. I particularly recommend one that has a relatively higher health, so Ion, Scorch, Tone, or Legion are probably the better bets, because you're not going to be controlling your Titan. You are going to throw your Titan in the game, and you're going to add this assault chip perk to your particular Titan. This way you can have an advantage when you're amping the particular hard point. What you're going to do is you're also going to put the Titan for a warp fall, so they come in faster and they'll be up in the game a lot within a couple seconds. So this is definitely what you're going to do. You're going to have this particular class setup, and this is the best class setup for amp hardpoint. I highly recommend not jumping into your Titan, not basically utilizing your Titan. Pull your Titan in, of course, and let your Titan do its thing. That's where you're going to equip it with the assault chip, and you're going to do the warp 4. So when he comes in, he's up and he's out there doing his thing. This benefits you because when you are amping a particular hard point, whether it's A or C, which is an enclosed area, the Titan can be on the outskirts protecting or at least distracting the enemy Titans from entering so that you can take that particular hard point. Now, when you're amping B, your Titan can be there with you at B, taking out the other Titans and any other pilots that are coming to try to take your life. This is very vital, and it's going to be very useful for winning the amp gameplay, as well as doing very good in this particular amped gameplay. Now we are going to go into the boost, and I will show gameplay utilizing these particular tactics, and you would see how well I do. So in terms of the boost, you can pretty much use any boost, truthfully speaking, whichever one you particularly fancy. The only ones I do not recommend, because it's not going to be that much of a help for you, is going to be the battery backup, the radar jammer, the smart pistol, the hard cover, and the phase rewind. These are not going to be very useful for you for this particular class setup. Now you can do the amped weapons, because while you're invisible you can amp your weapon, and if you see a pilot or a titan, you can take care of those threats relatively quickly with an amped weapon. So you can do amped weapon if you want to do that. The ticks, if you're taking over a particular hardpoint, you can just throw the ticks down, and any pilot that comes in, it's gonna blow up and take out that particular pilot. So you can use the tick too if you want. The pilot sentry, same reason. If you're taking a particular hardpoint, you can set up your sentry, and any pilot that comes in there, it's gonna take out that pilot. Map hack, I mean, seriously, it's the map hack. This thing is good in any particular game mode. The sentry, Titan sentry, again, amped hardpoints have titans. This is just going to help you take out that titan a little bit faster, so this does help as well. And the holo pilot is very useful too, and you'll see me use it in this particular gameplay. This is the one I particularly preferred. Not to say that any of these other ones are less capable, but I prefer the holo pilot, because one, I can throw my clones into a particular hardpoint area, and when the other pilots kill my clones, it'll give away their position, so I can go in there and kill that particular pilot while I'm invisible, because I can set them out, go invisible. When they take out my clones, I can then take them out and they won't see me because I'm invisible. This also works the opposite way too. While I'm in a hardpoint and I have a feeling that pilots are coming after me, I can send out my clones, go invisible, and wait for them to take out my clones. When they take out your clones, they're going to give away their positions, and then you get to take them out as well. So I prefer the holo pilot Nova, and I will show you in this particular gameplay. And that's pretty much it for this particular class setup. Now I do have pre-recorded gameplay in which I am going to show you right now. Remember, your life is a fantasy. Now we're making our way to B. We're already pretty much taking A. I went invisible. I threw those sad charges just in case, you know, pilots or somebody was coming from that direction. Detonated. I didn't kill nobody though, unfortunately. But now I'm invisible. Nobody can see me. I'm all stealthy and stuff like that. So, you know, here chilling. Out here chilling. Somebody threw us a little electric. Seen a pilot. Ah, take these bullets, man. And then I see this shadow on the floor. If you look at the floor, look at the shadow. I knew it was a pilot, man. I knew it was a pilot. He didn't stand a chance. He didn't stand a chance. And my visibility had just went out. I throw out those clones just in case they were coming from that direction, because they did amp C, and C is technically in that direction. I went invisible again. Can't nobody see me? Can't nobody see me, man? Where you at? Where you at? Look, another pilot. He didn't even see me. I put a couple bullets in him. I ain't kill him though. I ain't kill him. Wish I had though. But my visibility went out, unfortunately. But I know he's there. I know he's there. I know he coming from that direction. Look, another dude. That was a different dude that I killed. The dude that I shot at first, he was most likely the one that bodied me. He came back after his health regen, because he ain't know where I was. I was invisible. He couldn't see me. So right now I'm just gonna amp C. Call in my Titan. You get your Titan relatively fast too when you play the objective in this particular game mode, because you're getting a point every time you just amping the particular hard point. Even if you're capturing it, you're earning a bunch of points and stuff like that. So this is a really easy game mode to level up in, and especially if you have a solid team that like are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Game mode is so easy to win, and it's just so easy to have a good game in this. So, making our way, pushing B, trying to take B. I see this big Titan. I see the tick. I was trying to shoot the tick. I was doing a terrible job, but I'm invisible. Titan was having a hard time seeing me. As you can see, he didn't even realize I was there until I threw those bombs, and then my visibility wore out. So that didn't help me very much. I think that yeah. I was about to say that Titan just melts me. Just straight incinerates me. I think it hits me with like one bullet. It just turns me into like a blood mist. But more Titans coming in, friendly Titans. They got us too. They're killing us right now. They got all the points, all of the hard points. But that ain't nothing. We're gonna take this over. We're gonna take this over, starting with me. I have to be the leader here, especially with this class setup I got with the cloak and the clones. Look, he don't see me. I'm invisible. I just took that over. He didn't even see me. That's why invisibility is vital, and I mean vital. Look, another person. He doesn't see me because I'm invincible. Invisible. Look, another one, third one. He's seen me, but that's because I started shooting. But look, I'm on top right now. I'm leading right now, and it's easier. I was able to still take it too, if I'm not mistaken. I was still able to take B, if I'm not mistaken. But that's because I was invisible and they couldn't see me, and I was able to take out 2 of them. Almost the third one had my accuracy been a little bit better. But through those satches, look, we got this. We own this. Look, all these Titans, all these friendly Titans, man. We own this B right now. So teammates is helping out. They were able to take C and amp C. So now I'm amping B, making sure B stays amped. And then we got people at C that amp C. So now we're making this comeback right now. Actually, we already took the lead. So cool thing too is because they're at A, they obviously amped A, so they're all spawning from A. So at this point, we could then kind of sort of spawn trap them. You don't want to play too aggressive into their particular spawn, because what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up flipping spawn, and then they're going to start taking C from you, and that's how you kind of lose map control. So you got to remain at B, but set up like a particular perimeter at B to where you can kind of spawn trap them, to where when they're coming from A or C, whichever point that they've amped, you can just take them out as they're trying to make their way. It's kind of sort of difficult only because of all of the routes that most of these pilots have. Look. Oh, there was another one. They be jumping me, man. I'm telling you, they can't handle me on a one-on-one. They can't handle me on a one-on-one. There's always got to be the 2 of them. But I was able to take that dude on the roof, but there was another coward in the window. He took me out, but that's cool. It's all cool because I'm all invisible and stuff. They can't see me. Look, to get this coward trying to camp on the roof. He didn't even try to take B. He was just there camping, trying to get kills. Man, that shit don't work. Threw out my holo pilots. See if anybody see anybody. They were pretty useless. I'm so mad. This thing killed me, and he ain't even kill me on purpose. He killed me by accident. Like, he just jumped in this shield, because when you're a pilot and you try to run into the shield like that to do damage on the Titan, when you're in that bubble shield, you actually getting damage, and that's what happened. I ran in there because I seen the pilot getting in there. I thought the shield was gonna come out soon. I was gonna jump on that Titan and steal his battery, but that's it. We basically won this game with ease, no trouble. Fairly simple. As you can see how simple the class setup is. You basically go invisible, you take over a particular spot, you kind of wait there while you're invisible, and most of the time any pilots coming to take that spot, or if they're already at the spot, most of the time they don't see you, and then you can just easily take them out as they're coming to take the spot. Or if you run up in there, you can kill them easily. If you use those holo pilots too, it'll give away their positions as well. And if you have a good assault rifle or a light machine gun, you can take out pilots from a fair amount of distance away. And that's pretty much it. You call your Titans in, let your Titan do its own thing, kind of distract the other enemy pilots as well as the other Titans, and you're gonna have a good game every time. This is Jamel from Fantasy Life. If you like this video, drop a like. If you hate it, drop a dislike. If you want to talk more about this particular class setup, make sure you leave it in the comments below. And remember, your life is a fantasy.